All right, let's go. A true music legend. That's what we're diving into today. Quincy Jones.
The one and only.
His Wikipedia page, it's a journey. 70 years this guy's career spans.
7-0. It's mind-blowing.
Jazz, pop, you name it, he did it. Film scores, even video games.
Quincy's done it all, and he's done it well.
28 Grammys. I mean, come on.
It's almost unbelievable, but that's Quincy.
Thriller, the best-selling album ever, that's his production.
Oh, and We Are the World. The global impact, you can't even measure it.
Speaking of impact, did you know he was up for an Oscar with his friend Ray Charles back in '67?
Wow. No, I didn't.
In the Heat of the Night, the movie.
That's a classic.
Same year, another nomination, Best Original Score for In Cold Blood.
Double nominee.
First African-American to do that, 2 nominations in 1 year.
Making history.
Quincy's life was full of those moments, triumphs, and tough time.
You mean like that brain aneurysm in '74?
Yeah, life-threatening. Imagine going to your own memorial service.
Whoa. Seriously?
That's what he did. It's like he came back with a whole new purpose, even more drive.
Amazing.
Music was just part of him, right from the start.
Born in Chicago, 1933.
Quincy Delight Jones Jr., quite a name.
His mom loved gospel music.
And a neighbor who played stride piano. It's like all the pieces were there.
By his teens, he was playing trumpet, arranging music, destiny calling,
He actually met Ray Charles around then.
Really? That young?
Yeah, that bond went deep. Not just friends, but their love for music, amazing.
And that connection led to some incredible collaborations later on.
Talent, drive, Quincy had it all. Scholarships to Seattle University, then Berklee College of Music.
Berklee, that's the top music school.
But then he did something unexpected.
Oh, what's that?
He leaves Berklee to tour with Lionel Hampton's band.
Wow, what a bold move.
But that's Quincy, hands-on experience.
Learning by doing, even if it meant taking a different path.
That tour with Hampton, it wasn't just music.
What do you mean?
He saw the world, the racial conflict, it broadened his perspective.
That makes sense.
Shaped his commitment to social justice that we see throughout his career.
So after the tour, where did he end up?
New York City. 1950s jazz scene, can you imagine?
The heart of it all.
Arranging music for the greats, Sarah Vaughan, Count Basie, Duke Ellington.
Talk about a masterclass.
Get this, early 1956, second trumpet for Elvis Presley.
Elvis. Seriously.
His first 6 TV appearances, Quincy was there.
Part of the rock and roll explosion.
Later that year, he tours the Middle East, South America with Dizzy Gillespie.
Wow. So much variety.
He was a U.S. program, a cultural ambassador. He was more than just a musician.
Soaking up all those influences. No wonder he could blend genres like no other.
Right. Then comes ABC Paramount, Own Records, his big band, the Jones Boys.
Catchy name.
2 other Joneses in the band, not even related.
Oh, that's funny.
Critically acclaimed, but they struggled financially.
The music business. Tough even for the best.
It was a wake-up call. He needed to understand the business side of music, not just the art.
Like he always said, if I were to survive, I would have to learn the difference between music and the music business.
Smart guy. 1961, he becomes vice president at Mercury Records, a major role.
And another historic moment.
First African-American to hold that kind of position at a major label.
Breaking barriers.
That same year, another incredible opportunity.
Keep going, I'm hooked.
He scores The Pawnbroker.
The film.
Yeah. His film scoring career takes off right there.
And what a career.
In Cold Blood, In the Heat of the Night, The Italian Job, The Getaway, those soundtracks are iconic.
Oh, and let's not forget TV.
Sanford and Son, that theme song, instant recognition.
He had that gift, capturing a story, an era through music.
And all while still arranging for legends like Ella Fitzgerald, Frank Sinatra, Sarah Vaughan.
Those weren't just gigs, those were relationships.
Decades-long connections.
Especially with Sinatra. Remember that ring Sinatra left him?
It was more than just a ring. It was a symbol of respect, a legacy passed on.
It's beautiful.
So we've got jazz, pop, film scores. Quincy's conquered them all.
What's next?
Hold on, because the 70s and 80s, that's where things get really wild.
Oh, yeah, wait.
It all starts with a certain king of pop.
You don't mean Michael Jackson?
The one and only, 1978, The Wiz.
The musical.
Yep, he's getting ready to go solo. Needs a producer, needs advice.
Who does he go to?
Quincy, of course.
Makes sense.
Quincy, he doesn't shy away from a challenge, basically says, I can produce it.
Wow. Just like that.
Michael agreed, thankfully, for all of us.
Off the wall. Right.
Boom. 20 million copies sold.
That's huge.
They had something special, these two. Creative.
Oh, yeah, and the timing was perfect.
MTV just starting out.
Music videos, everything was changing.
Thriller took advantage of all of it.
The best-selling album ever, 65 million copies.
But it was more than that. It was a phenomenon.
It was.
MTV, they weren't playing a lot of black artists back then.
Right.
Thriller broke through all of that.
Michael was everywhere. You couldn't escape it.
It was about representation, challenging the status quo.
Quincy was right there with him.
Making history.
They didn't stop there, though, did they?
Nope. Bad, their third album.
Another 45 million.
It's mind-blowing. 3 albums that changed pop music.
Their vision, the way they pushed each other.
It's a trilogy for the ages. Bad was their last collaboration, though.
A partnership that changed the industry for sure.
But Quincy's impact, it goes beyond music.
Absolutely.
1985, he produces The Color Purple.
Alice Walker's book.
Powerful story.
11 Oscar nominations.
Quincy got one for the score.
Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey, that film launched their careers.
But maybe his biggest contribution to social change.
What are you thinking?
We Are the World, that same year.
The song for Ethiopia.
He brought together practically every major artist.
It was incredible. The whole world was watching.
The logistics, all those egos, the schedules.
It's hard to imagine.
Quincy, he created this atmosphere of collaboration.
Everyone working together for something bigger.
Remember that sign on the studio door?
Remind me.
Check your ego at the door.
Classic Quincy.
Yeah.
Always focused on the greater good.
Using his influence for positive change.
And We Are the World wasn't a one-time thing.
No, it wasn't.
He kept using his platform for social justice, humanitarian causes.
The Quincy Jones Listen Up Foundation.
Over 100 homes built in South Africa.
NAACP, GLA, so many organizations.
He even wanted a Secretary of Arts in the government.
Always pushing for progress.
So inspiring.
The 90s, he's still producing music, but he branches out. TV production.
Oh, yeah?
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
No way. He created that.
Co-created it, launched Will Smith's career.
It's iconic.
In the House.
Yeah.
Even the Jenny Jones Show, that talk show.
Talk about range.
No limit to his creativity.
He was always searching for new talent, too.
1991, he brings Miles Davis back into the spotlight.
The album, Miles and Quincy Live at Montreux.
It was Miles's last album.
Before he passed, yeah.
A timeless collaboration connecting across generations.
Beautiful.
The 2000s, he's still mentoring, collaborating.
Yeah, we're slowing down.
He co-founded this company, Playground Sessions.
What's that?
Teaches people to play piano, interactive videos.
Always the educator.
Professional success, and his personal life just as colorful.
3 marriages, 7 children.
5 different mothers.
Not conventional, but he loved his family.
Several of his kids are in the entertainment industry now.
Carrying on the legacy.
But remember that brain aneurysm.
How could I forget?
There's more to that story. Resilience, maybe a little stubbornness too. So the doctors, they told him no more trumpet.
Oh, wow.
Too much strain could be fatal.
Imagine hearing that as a musician.
Your instrument, your voice, gone.
Heartbreaking.
But Quincy, well, he couldn't resist.
Of course not. That's Quincy.
Went on tour in Japan. One night, after a set, intense pain.
Uh-oh.
The clip in his brain, it almost came loose.
Seriously.
He was lucky to survive.
So lucky.
Passion, deep connection to music.
I get it, but maybe a little reckless.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit, but he never played trumpet again.
Knew he'd pushed it far enough.
And so, here we are. Quincy Jones passed away November 3rd, 2024.
91 years old. What a life.
He did so much. Broke down barriers, left behind incredible music.
Music that touched so many lives.
So, looking back, what are the takeaways? What can we learn from Quincy?
Adaptability, for sure. Jazz, pop, R&B, film scores, even video games.
He never limited himself. Embraced new challenges, blended styles.
A true innovator. And those collaborations, the best musicians, singers, songwriters.
He created magic, harnessed that collective creativity.
And he never forgot the bigger picture. Social justice, giving a voice to the voiceless.
We Are the World, it's just one example.
His legacy is more than music. Collaboration, social change, excellence in everything.
He left a mark on the world, a mark that will last. So think about this. Who's the Quincy Jones of today?
That's a good question.
Who has that same influence, that commitment to making a difference?
It's worth exploring. Music's impact, it's all around us.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the life of Quincy Jones.
It was a pleasure.
We'll see you next time for another journey into the world of someone who made a difference.